Find your inspiration. Watch Arts and Entertainment Showcase Thursday at 8 p.m., Saturday at 7:30 p.m., and Tuesdays at 10 a.m. on the ZNS Network.
The Saffir-Simpson Hurricane Wind Scale was developed in 1971 by civil engineer Herbert Saffir and meteorologist Robert Simpson, who was the director of the U.S. National Hurricane Center. It was introduced to the public in 1973 and began to be widely used a year later. Inspired by the Richter scale that measures earthquakes, the Saffir-Simpson scale was divided into 5 categories. Originally, the Saffir-Simpson scale also included predicted barometric pressures associated with the various wind speeds, as well as the relative kinds of damage that could be anticipated. However, because those predictions were found to be very inaccurate, just a few years ago, the warning system was changed to include only the wind speeds, which were also adjusted upwards in the higher categories. A Category 1 hurricane has wind speeds between 74 and 95 miles per hour. A Category 2, 96 to 110 miles per hour. A Cat 3, 111 to 129 miles per hour. A Cat 4, 130 to 156 miles per hour. And a Category 5 hurricane will have winds from 157 miles per hour and up. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the National Emergency Agency.
As an artist, I travel all over the world and I find inspiration all around me, from the people and especially the environment. I love the Bahamas with all its natural beauty, from Abaco in the north to Inagua in the south and all the wonderful and colorful islands in between. But we must all do our part to keep the Bahamas healthy and clean, now and for the future generations. That's why I want you to find a little time to do your part. I'm doing my part because I care. Do you?
The morning edition is here on the ZNS Television Network, waking up to traffic, weather, news, and developing stories. It's the morning edition with your ZNS News team, waking you up.
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
I lived in fear for my life. I lived in fear for my children. I lived in fear of how I'd provide for them. I thought that he would change when he promised he would, and I forgave him every time he said that he was sorry. I became devalued as a human being until one day I ceased to exist as one.
Let's talk. Call the Bahamas Crisis Center's free 24-hour hotline at 328-0922. Sometimes a conversation can change a life.
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
The Bahamas has quite a story to tell. The sweep of its history and the distinctiveness of its people and culture weave a tale that captivates and fascinates anyone who hears it. From our pirate past to our quiet revolution, from cave paintings in Rum Cay to the creations on Bay Street every Boxing Day and New Year's. There are stories of shocking strife and stunning revival, devastating loss and spectacular success. And above all, the wonderful human story of how Bahamians settled and thrived on these barren rocks and keys, developed a vibrant culture, and created the best little country in the world. This year, ZNS TV 13 will be honoring this wonderful legacy with the 13 on TV 13 documentary series on all kinds of subjects, designed to inform, educate, and entertain you, and share with you, the people, their stories, and the glories that is the Bahamas. We invite you to join us.
What amazing idea to go into the communities and into our world and into our country and into the homes of people and into the lives of outstanding and extraordinary people all over the country. I think that telling those stories, again, helps us to connect to the notion of okay, how can I live a better life? How can I be better? This is how this person achieved it. Where can I find common ground so that my life can match up as well? And so Ordinary People is an amazing, amazing concept, and I'm excited to be a part of the Ordinary People family.
How much can the Bahamas cut its billion-dollar food import bill? What are we really producing to feed ourselves? What are the challenges facing food production in our country? How can you contribute to reducing our food import bill? Find the answers to these questions and much more. Watch Agriculture Now with Carla Palmer, Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m. on the ZNS Television Network.
Welcome to the best of sports world.
What I love most about working for the Bahamas tonight is that we don't only focus on New Providence. We cover the entire Bahamas. We have a team here in the northern Bahamas that is ready to bring you the stories, the people, and the news that matter to you. From point A to Z, from covering hurricanes to elections and everything in between.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Touring the city of Freeport today. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. Thanks so much for tuning in. We apologize for our late start. Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Hubert Minnis leading a delegation of cabinet ministers on a tour of Grand Bahama today. Their main priority was to tour the Grand Lucayan Resort in Lucayan, which the government will purchase at a multi-million-dollar price very soon. After his tour of the island, the Prime Minister held a press conference where he revealed what he learned and how his government plans to address issues affecting Grand Bahama. The Prime Minister has made it clear that it's his administration's goal to revitalize the Grand Bahama economy.
Note that I brought members of my cabinet, parliamentary colleagues, other executive members of the government, so they can view for themselves the hotel here in the Lucayan Strip. As you know, we have just recently paid the deposit for the purchase of this hotel. We've signed the sales of agreement, and we hope to complete the purchase of this hotel within the next 30 days. It is not our intention to run a hotel. The government cannot run hotel, but it is our intention to save the jobs that the Grand Bahamians who work at this hotel, approximately 400. And you can see the impact, and you would have heard the straw vendors spoke about it, the impact the closure of this hotel will have on the Lucayan Strip, the straw market, the taxi drivers, the tour drivers, the bus drivers, the other commerce, the supermarkets, and other industry.
We'll have a full report on the Prime Minister's visit to Grand Bahama in the National Report at 7. We can tell you, though, that the decision to purchase the Grand Lucayan Resort in Grand Bahama received mixed reaction in the court of public opinion. And while government is closer to finalizing its plans, President of the Bahamian Contractors Association, Leonard Sands, is optimistic about the deal and the benefits it offers residents, especially contractors.
I just see the project as an opportunity to jumpstart, as it were, the island's economy through construction. And I'm saying, as the president of the Contractors Association, the members have already reached out to me and let our association know they are ready for the call right now. If the government says, I need 200 you guys on the property tomorrow, let's get this thing rebuilt. If the government were to take that on as a project, use all the available resources of manpower, great contractors, and people who are standing ready to do the work, the whole island's economy is going to be bouncing and bustling, trying to prepare that project.
While the property needs renovation from the damage sustained from past hurricanes, Sands considers that the project will have to be under careful consideration when it comes to the look government is going for.
Let's play the safe bet. I think it's a beautiful property as it is. Let's simply renovate it to its existing building look. So that cost is very, very small. You already have the rooms, the glazing, everything is there. Maintain that look and repair with the hurricane damage. Secondly, I believe then that the construction spin-off from persons engaging in that project means that there's available capital. When they make this money, they could spend money now on their own home repairs or fixing up their business.
Operations at the national flag carrier Bahamasair back to normal today following the electrical malfunction of one of its airplanes that left nearly 300 passengers stranded between the Bahamas, Miami, and Fort Lauderdale, Florida. A few distressed passengers who remained anonymous told our news team that they found themselves either sleeping on cold floors at the airport's departure lounge and in hotels for several days. While others we spoke to on Monday say Bahamasair relatively is doing a poor job when it comes to providing updates on the status of their flights. Here's what Managing Director Tracy Cooper had to say.
In the event of such great disruption to the operation, it becomes a bit difficult to predict just how the flights would operate. And therefore, it may have seemed as we were not providing information, but in some instances, this is just how much we were adjusting the schedule so that we could try to bring our passengers home. We do provide an apology to the traveling public because what was happening was that there was such a large amount of persons that we were dealing with at one time that it seemed as if these things were kind of misjudged. But really, it was just because of the great amount of people that we were dealing with.
Cooper says although the peak traveling season is winding down, the airline is hoping to bring some new wings into its fleet in a few months.
Bahamasair continues to grow. As seen by the summer, we had a very robust amount of passengers, particularly going to our Florida destinations. And overall, we had easily over 85-90% load factor on the aircraft, which meant that we were not able to service all of the passengers who wanted to go on Bahamasair. As such, Bahamasair is looking to expand. We will have an additional jet that will come in December of this year, and that jet is slightly larger than the others that we have. We have 120 seats. This one is coming in with 144 seats, and we know that this will provide a tremendous relief to the system.
Now to news from the crime beat. Police here in the capital confirming that shortly after 9 o'clock this morning, the body of a male was pulled from waters at Potter's Key Dock. Police say foul play is not suspected at this time, and authorities are awaiting an autopsy report to confirm the cause of death. In news from the courts, 20-year-old Dante Riley of Millers Heights was charged with the June 9th death and attempted armed robbery of Wilton Brown. Police say shortly before 10 p.m. they went to an area off Cowpen Road after receiving information that Brown was shot. The taxi driver had just arrived home with his children when the driver of a Japanese vehicle pulled up behind him. Police say the culprit, armed with a handgun, approached Brown and demanded cash. Police say the victim was then shot and later died at the scene. Emergency personnel pronounced him dead at the scene. Riley, who was charged before Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt, was also charged along with 31-year-old Anita McDonald, also known as Kaylana McDonald, of Royalty Estates, in a separate armed robbery matter. Police say on July 17th, the two robbed Wesley Smith of $50. And now to this breaking story just coming in. Our news team is at the scene of a body that was found in the Bain and Grantstown constituency. Our Kelsey Johnson joins us live with the latest details. Good evening, Kelsey.
Yeah.
Good evening, Altavis. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm here on Rogers Street off Blue Hill Road and Hospital Lane, where the lifeless body of what appears to be a female was just found by an officer of the Bains and Grantstown Urban Renewal Branch. Now, the decomposed body is in this abandoned building right here that you can see is boarded up by the windows, and there's no front door. The police said the body is in the bedroom and the victim is partially clothed. The body is in the north-south position. It's laying in a north-south position, and the female is on her back with her legs open. Now, officers from the scenes of crimes are on the way here on Rogers Lane to see exactly what happened. We'll bring you a quick update in the 7 p.m. news as soon as the officers get here. Back to you, Altavis, in the studio.
Thank you so much, Kelsey. Well, still to come, a town hall meeting on parenting held last night. We're just getting started first at 6. That story and more on the next side of the break.
When school ends, BTC summer vacation begins. That means freedom to switch it up and break a few rules.
Flying overseas and when she touch down, she not stop call me. And I nothing for me breed, girl. Me want no feud like a Bahama. Me fix them.
Freedom to mix and of course mingle. Freedom to go wild and take the fun to a whole new level. Join the BTC Summer Vacation for exclusive rewards, cool prizes, and more.
Okay.
BTC, the bigger, better network.
Get ready. Commonwealth Bank wants to make this your best school year ever. Get the loan you need at a special discount. Cash for tuition and supplies, the best education, the best memories, and you want to know the best part? You could win a trip for 4. So don't wait. The discount ends soon. Talk to us today about your best school year ever loan. Approval is fast and easy. Conditions apply.
What would you do with your part of $50,000 in cash and prizes? Show your KFC bucket love and get a chance to win your part of $50,000 in cash and prizes. Display your bucket love sticker for a chance to win. You could be one of 10 gold ticket winners with a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize and get started on your bucket list. Stick it to win today. Bucket love. KFC Nassau. It's finger licking good.
This portion of the news brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking.
Thanks so much for staying with us. In news from Education First at 6, the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute announcing that 1,000 scholarships are being offered to students enrolled in full-time programs, including preparatory, certificate, diploma, and associate's degrees, and it's called the Bahamas Be Your Own Boss Scholarship. The scholarship is geared toward providing students, mainly between the ages of 18 through 25 years old, with the requisite technical and vocational skills to start businesses and/or secure employment. New students wishing to be considered for the Bahamas Be Your Own Boss Scholarship must be accepted to BTVI, a Bahamian citizen, and enrolled in the institute as a full-time student. Returning students must acquire a 2.5 grade point average, acquire Bahamian citizenship, be a full-time student, and settle all outstanding financial balances. BTVI officials say students who are registered for 4 courses or 12 credits and meet the criteria for the scholarship will automatically be included in the pool for consideration based on the date of their registration. Scholarship applicants will be processed on a first-come, first-served basis, and once the quota of 1,000 scholarships has been met, all other candidates should reapply for the next academic year. Its recent opening, officials of the Small Business Development Center say the demand by persons seeking to introduce or expand existing businesses is great. Executive Director Davinia Blair says the interest in the center has been overwhelming. One of the things she acknowledged is that more women are opening businesses than men.
We're excited to see how many people are just waiting for us to be able to give them the services that the government has provided through this SBDC. I would say we have about 650 registrants already. 75% of them are starting new businesses. 25% of them want to expand their existing business. We have 75% are women, 25% are men. About 45% are between 18 and 25 years old. Another 20% between 25 and 45. So I think we're pretty much looking at young people who are by and large women looking to start businesses. They are at the front of the gate and waiting for it to open.
The Small Business Development Center provides information in an advisory capacity to persons becoming interested entrepreneurs. Blair was speaking on the sidelines of the ProNet workshop yesterday.
We would like to help persons be able to strategize their business, structure it properly, get it set up properly, fund it as well. We're going to be providing advocacy services and definitely training like what you see today here with BAIC and ProNet. We expect to be doing quite a number of these in niche areas required for success for small businesses.
That's a check on national news first at 6. Stay with us. Jonathan Benson is next with sports.
That portion of the news was brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, the leader in personal banking services.
No matter what your goals are in life, you have to start somewhere. It all begins with Leno. Leno, bridging possibilities. Call us at 396-3225 or email info@lenobahamas.com.
If you've lost your visa, call the law office of Donette Russell Love PL. My full-service immigration firm can help you if you've been denied a visa due to deportation or removal, prior conviction or arrest while in the U.S., working without work authorization, or visa overstay. I may be able to help you get your visa privileges restored. Call my office today at 954-449-1833 or visit us at drusselllove.com.
Your life is in the moment and on the go. And your credit card? It's right there with you. Turn on mobile location confirmation for your Visa credit card from CIBC First Caribbean and reduce the likelihood of declined transactions when you travel. CIBC First Caribbean. Banking that fits your life.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Some track and field news starting us off. Bahamian Stephen Gardner and Trevor Barry, the only Caribbean winners today in Poland. Gardner, who had an injury scare while competing over 200 in Stockholm, Sweden in June, was an easy winner in the 400 meters. He crossed the line in 44.43 seconds, almost a second clear of second place. In the high jump, Barry clearing 7.5 1/4 to claim the win. Trios on the lanes today at the Pan American Bowling Federation's Senior and Super Senior Championships in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. In the senior man, the Bahamian team of Lee Davis, Soneth Lockhart, and national champ David Slatter, they placed fourth in the 19th field, 3,684 pins and a 205 average. As for the senior ladies, the 242 represented by Joy Lockhart, Janice Hoyt, and Marina McLean, they finished fifth in the 16th field, 3,058 pins and a 170 average. Our ladies national basketball team saw their hopes of moving on to the semifinals of Central Basket and the 2019 America's Cup dash last night. That was all a result of their 74-52 loss to Mexico, combined with Puerto Rico's 113-20 thumping of Costa Rica at 0-2. Team Bahamas will close out pool play tonight in the feature game at 8:30 against Costa Rica, who is also winless. The Bahamas Basketball Federation's Summer of Thunder Series that is closing out tonight at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. After taking down the Providence Storm on Monday, Grand Canyon looking to finish up a perfect 2-0. They played the Bahamas All-Stars. From the minor league baseball diamond yesterday, Lucius Fox 1 for 4 as Montgomery fell to Birmingham 5-4. Todd Isaacs 1 for 4 in Lake County 7-6 loss to South Bend. Chavez Young hitless 0 for 3, a run scored in Lansing 7-3 loss to Bowling Green. Rashad Monroe also hitless 0 for 5, an RBI in Dayton 7-4 win over Western Michigan. Meantime, in the Arizona League, Dominic Colley 1 for 4 double in the Diamondbacks 3-2 win over the Angels. As for Tanaj Thomas, he pitched 3 innings, giving up 3 runs on 1 hit, which was a home run. He also struck out 5, the Indians nipping the Padres 4-3. Former world champion Riddick Bowe is in town, and he's joining up with former Bahamian boxer turned coach Ray Manis Jr. to provide a boost for the sport here in the 242.
I want to come back here and I want to start a boxing club. You know, start with some amateurs, maybe some professionals. Maybe one of y'all might want somebody to train you. I'm here to do that.
I believe this is right now the greatest opportunity and blessing that we can appreciate.
That is your first look at sports. Don't go anywhere. First at 6 is back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
My first memory of music would have been a performance when everyone was singing the song. The song was drop down and come up slow, and everyone in the crowd was singing. I was amazed. I was in shock.
I did not always want to be a performer, you know. I actually wanted to be a doctor. And when I was on my way to med school, I had this whole epiphany, and I went to Berklee College of Music, and that's when I made the switch.
If I weren't singing, I'd be singing. I love track and field.
Many different things inspire me. You know, it isn't anything specific. It's just, you know, just enjoying the environment. And that's what I think music should be about, being free.
Tap of a button, I'm able to get in contact with persons all the way across the world. Technology acts as that bridge that keeps me connected.
BTC in one word, I would have to say clutch.
Connected. Family.
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 Every day, every day, every day.
And now for our feature presentation.
Bahamas, get ready as Stephen C. Monroe International and Partners presents Back to School Extravaganza. It's going down August 25th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium parking lot across from Government High School. Everything is free. School supplies, free shoes, free tennis, free haircuts, free food, free health screening, bouncing castles, and rides. It's going down Saturday, August 25th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's the SEMI's Back to School Extravaganza at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium across from Government High School. Music by DJ Godson from Joy 101.9 FM. It's the Back to School Extravaganza going down August 25th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. See you there. For more information, contact 361-5060.
Sit up now.
Time now for weather.
In our first look at weather, the tropics remain quiet, but we do have a couple of troughs, one at the surface and another in the upper level. Both of these systems have been supporting pockets of showers and thunderstorms, much of which have been occurring over the open waters and occasionally drifting inland. But outside of our studios, we have partly sunny skies, temperature at 86 degrees, a relative humidity 65%. The winds are out of the southeast at 8 miles per hour, your barometric pressure 1,017.7 millibars. That is 30.02 inches, and it is steady. That's going to do it for your first look at weather. Stay tuned, more weather is still to come.
Thanks so much, Basil. That does it for First at 6. It's time now for a check on stories making news around the Northern Bahamas.
Heading a team of cabinet ministers on a tour of the Grand Lucayan property. A man perishes in a fire overnight. And an impassioned appeal for assistance for a top academic achiever.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news, the nation's leader making his monthly visit to Grand Bahama and bringing help and hope as a major announcement was made regarding the island's anchor property. Sabrina Brown reports.
Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis and his cabinet ministers arriving on Grand Bahama Wednesday morning, bringing good news for the island. It is now official. The government is in the process of acquiring the Grand Lucayan Hotel for $65 million. The government recently made a deposit of $10 million for the purchase of the beachfront property.
We've signed the sales of agreement, and we hope to complete the purchase of this hotel within the next 30 days, hopefully sooner. We return to Parliament about the 15th, 16th of September, at which time I would give to the nation an exact report as to how we arrived at this conclusion, what exactly we're purchasing, and how we intend to move forward.
The Prime Minister says it was not the government's intention to take over the hotel. However, he says the government wants to protect jobs and preserve Grand Bahama's economy, and the closure of the Grand Lucayan could have a devastating impact on the island. Now the government will take over the Lighthouse Point that is currently in operation with 196 rooms and the Memories Resort, which has more than 500 rooms. The Prime Minister says the government does not plan to renovate Breakers Key that also has over 500 rooms. He believes the future is bright for the Grand Lucayan as there is great interest in the resort.
I've been informed that there are a lot of group bookings that individuals are trying to bring forth. However, because of the large size of the grouping and the number of rooms, I think only 196 presently available, those groupings are denied. But there are group bookings as high as 200-300 visitors that want to utilize the hotel services, but we don't have the capacity. But soon we'll have the capacity, and that would have an even greater impact on the Lucayan Strip.
The nation's leader says the government will only operate the hotel until a suitable buyer can be found, and he had some strong words for his parliamentary colleagues in Grand Bahama.
I do not want my cabinet colleagues come forth with their list saying these are my 10 constituents I need hired, these are my 20. It won't happen. So you've heard it from the horse's mouth, it won't happen. Don't bring the list. If the management accept the list, that manager will be fired. So no less crazy, no less Michael. All right? Don't bring it. We are not in that business. But as the memory is open, you can bring your list. Because then you would need more staff. But your list should be fair. Your list should consist of Bahamians. That's all.
Prime Minister Minnis says he would like to see Bahamians purchase and take over the Grand Lucayan Resort.
And I think the opportunity and the time has come for Bahamians not only to be given the concessions that are laid out in heads of agreement that are given to foreign investors, but the time has come when government take this bold step to give Bahamians even more incentive to get them in the hotel business. Examples are throughout the Caribbean. When you look at Bush Stewart and Sandals and what he had done with Air Jamaica, examples are there. And we would like to create our own Bush Stewart within the Bahamas.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
The full reopening of the Grand Lucayan Resort is expected to jumpstart the Grand Bahama economy. A fully occupied hotel will provide economic relief for those directly employed at the hotel and also create a trickle-down effect. Tonight, the Minister of Tourism is expressing optimism about the planned purchase.
This announcement has given Grand Bahama a modicum of hope.
Minister with responsibility for tourism, the Honorable Dionisio de Aguilar, says that the purchase of the Grand Lucayan Resort by the government was necessary to bring some relief to the island of Grand Bahama. The minister adding that the previous owners presented some challenges.
The previous owners decided to invest none of its insurance proceeds in this property, and they'd basically written it off. And so, at least where there was no light, there's a glimmer of light now. Now there's hope. Before there was a vendor who really wasn't motivated to sell. They had a line in the sand, which was 65 million. They weren't prepared to go any lower than that. And they were quite happy to close it down if we didn't sell. So the government felt compelled to step in.
Now that the government of the Bahamas has put down a down payment on the property, Minister de Aguilar says that they are motivated sellers and are still seeking quality operators that will make the resort a success. He notes that it's not the intention of the government to own the hotel long term.
Our function is to facilitate its onward sale as quickly as possible, because there are a lot better people out there who have the expertise and the knowledge to bring about the renaissance of this hotel than the government of the Bahamas. We're just a facilitator, and you know, there'll be two trains that will leave the station at the same time. The first train will be looking for a seller, and the other train will be, if we have to begin exploring the renovation of the Memories program to get some more hotel rooms in inventory out there in the market, to begin to build scale. The number of hotel rooms in Grand Bahama has been diminishing over time, and this is an attempt to reverse that trend and to get more people to work and to get more visitors into the island.
Despite sitting mostly vacant for almost 2 years, Minister de Aguilar says that he was pleasantly surprised with the condition of the hotel.
It's not as bad as I thought it was, and I don't think it's going to cost as much as we had in our mind that it was going to cost. So that was encouraging. You know, there were reports of roofs off and water coming down 5 stories and mold everywhere, and we didn't see that. So it's in fairly good shape. And they kept the air conditioning on in a lot of the buildings to stop mold growing throughout the buildings. And so, you know, I'm encouraged that it's not going to be such a huge lift to get these properties open again.
And now that the hotel is on a path of reopening more of its rooms, the minister is reassuring residents that his ministry has a vibrant and dynamic plan to market the island of Grand Bahama.
We're marketing all of our 16 different destinations, and that's going to be the challenge. We felt that we had to build inventory. When you build inventory, that ultimately hopefully leads to increase in demand. When you increase demand, that leads to increased airlift. And hopefully that then has a downward trend on prices. Very much in the same way in Nassau. 2,300 rooms came onto the market in Bahama. That increased demand. That increased demand led to increased airlift to meet the demand, and prices have stabilized.
Now, the Minister of National Security, the Honorable Marvin Dames, also in Grand Bahama today to tour the Grand Lucayan Resort. But that was not his only stop, as he and a delegation toured the new fire station on Cathedral Boulevard. The station has been completed since 2016, but needed furniture. While almost 2 weeks ago, the station received furniture from Bellevue Business Depot. Minister Dame says that he is pleased that the fire station is near the finish line, and it is a facility that will house not only firefighters, but police officers as well, adding that over 30 officers are now being trained to work within the fire and the police department. The station is expected to open sometime next month. An 8 Mile Rock man perished in a house fire overnight. Reports say the wooden structure went up in flames around 1 o'clock this morning. Italia Hall has more.
Reports are that around 1 a.m. the fire department was called to this area in Pinedale, 8 Mile Rock, also known as I-95 Corner. When officials got on the scene, they found what used to be a wooden structure burned to the ground. Now, reports also say that the remains of a human body was found as well. Unconfirmed reports say the person is Stefano Mitchell, also known as Shaba. We spoke with some residents in the community, and they say when they found out the news, they were truly surprised.
He was one of the last persons I saw last night. I gave him a ride at a party right over there by a friend Benico. And when I gave him a ride, I tell him I was going so far. I gave him a ride as far as I was going, and that was that. I mean, when I get up this morning, they tell me this boy got burned up in the house. I couldn't believe that.
When I first heard the news, I was sad about it. Tears came to my eye because I have known him for a number of years in this community. And he was a nice person. Even though he had his ways, he was really nice.
He was the life through Pinedale. Everything was about Stefano as we know him to be. My relationship with him, family friend, you know, always around the neighborhood, to my family yard. You know, that's what he was, a family friend. The last thing I remember him saying to me was, "Nisi, you can't let these boys play with your head."
Former classmate Ross Burrows says he was someone that the entire community cherished.
He will be greatly missed in the community of 8 Mile Rock, especially Pinedale, where everybody has a role to play in the community. Shaba's role was like the handyman, where he helped you any way he could. If you needed your car washed, any handiwork you needed done, Shaba was there to help you did it. He had his ways like everybody else, but the way he died was unfortunate and tragic.
Police are actively investigating this matter. An autopsy will be performed to determine the exact cause of death. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Italia Hall.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after this break.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Dolly Madison, Freeport's original home center.
It's time to come on down. Now to the plant nursery at Dolly Madison. They're loaded with indoor and outdoor plants, fruit trees, landscaping plants, flowering plants, herbs, and more at the plant nursery at Dolly Madison. And if you need advice, the friendly, courteous staff at Dolly Madison is there to assist. And don't forget to pick up your soil, fertilizers, and other accessories. Don't wait, come on down. Now.
Welcome to Jags International. We have Celebration, Valeria, FRS, Bahamasair, Hotel, car vouchers now on sale.
Girls, I tried book my ticket online with them ferry them. So complicated, they asking for too much.
That's why I stick with Jags. No agency fees or booking fees. Cash and credit, all the same. Blow deals and spectacular services with a smile.
Yes, that's Jags. Your one-stop shop to Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Miami.
We even offer cheap car rental vouchers, dollar, thrifty, Hertz, and VIP service.
Book now with Jags and get their $5 discount card. And don't forget the super sales going on.
Business owners are excited about ZNS Northern Service Storm Central Hurricane packages because advertising rates are discounted up to 50%. That's right, get 50% off advertising packages this hurricane season from now through November 30th. Call our sales department at 351-3430 or 352-9713 and book your advertising package today.
Hey, I'm Megan Shepard, a reporter here at the ZNS Northern Service. Did you know that ZNS is right at your fingertips when you download the new ZNS app? Missed something in our newscast? That's okay. Simply pull up the app, swipe, and you'll find all of our news headlines and highlights. So what are you waiting for? Download the new ZNS app today.
Stay informed on your local weather forecast this 2018 hurricane season. Your #1 news station, the ZNS Television Network. We've got you covered. Covering the northern Bahamas, you're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The mother of one of Grand Bahama's top students is making an impassioned appeal for help. She believes lack of finance should never be allowed to stand in the way of education, and she is doing her part to seek assistance for her daughter, who has been described as an academic standout. Tony and Adrienne Gilbert beam with pride as they speak about their 22-year-old daughter, Hannah, and her many academic accomplishments. In 2014, Hannah graduated with her bachelor's degree from Elmira College in New York and is now enrolled at Howard University in pursuit of her master's degree in speech pathology. Adrienne says that paying for undergraduate studies was not easy at all, but thanks to the support of the community and family, Hannah graduated with top honors.
In 2014, went to Elmira College for her bachelor's degree. Her grades fluctuated from a 3.86 to a 4.0. She went to school, and as she was in school, we did lots and lots of stakeouts in order for her to graduate from college, which she graduated at one of the top honors of the school. Also, Hannah was voted and elected PR Historian 2017-2018. Right now, we are making an appeal for our very intelligent, smart young lady who left this island on the 3rd of August with very little monies, no scholarships, and not knowing where she's going to stay. But she said, "Mommy and Daddy, I'm going to pursue my dream for my master's at Howard University with faith in a big God."
Gilbert says that her family's current struggle to pay for Hannah's education has inspired her to one day start a scholarship organization to assist other families in need.
We have such great minds, persons who aspire to go to school. They're smart, but the only thing that is stopping them is funds. And it is my dream and my desire that someday, very soon, like I said, to be able to have a funding, an organization to assist children and families who find themselves like myself.
Gilbert says that she realizes that oftentimes many persons in need go without, simply because they have too much pride to ask. She says that pride is nothing when it comes to providing for her daughter.
I know persons may say, like I said, Miss Gilbert, you have no pride. Hey, look at her, she on ZNS asking for help. But I'm asking help for an intelligent young lady who is a Bahamian, who's of the soil, and who needs help. If anybody comes to me for help, and anybody who knows me knows that I go at all lengths to help them. And so now this is my time of need. Whoever can help the Gilberts, I thank you in advance, and I pray a 1,000-fold blessing into your pocket and for you and your family, in Jesus' name.
The total cost for the 2-year degree program is over $80,000. Now, if you would like to help, you can make a contribution to Hannah Gilbert at First Caribbean bank account number 201-708-370. And now it is time to Ask the Doctor.
This is Ask the Doctor. Welcome. MB from New Providence asked, "I am extremely overweight, and in recent years, it has begun to really affect me. I've tried everything, and I can't get this weight off. How can I make a real change in 2017? MB, thank you for your honesty. Many people take the opportunity at the beginning of a new year to focus on becoming healthier. Obesity is a complex condition characterized by excessive body fat. The only way to successfully overcome obesity and achieve and maintain a healthy body weight is to make real changes in how we live our lives. While there may be many contributing factors, like family history, hormone imbalance, or rare medical conditions, most people gain weight as a result of some combination of unhealthy eating habits and a lack of sufficient physical activity. Making small changes and being consistent over time can make a big difference. Changes like visiting a doctor or your community clinic for an annual full physical exam, taking a half-an-hour walk at least 5 days a week, drinking more water throughout the day, and avoiding fast foods and sugary drinks like sodas can help you reduce your body weight over time. If you have other questions about weight loss and living healthy, please email askdrbahamas@gmail.com. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away. Rumiko Knowles is up next with the Check on Sports.
Just what you've been waiting for, the newest men's fashion store at No. 1 Britannia Mini Mall, Caravel Beach, Hustle Men's Fashion.
This month alone, I reduced my power bill by over $300 by purchasing a solar system from Northern Bahamas Utility Company. My power bill is now $16. Can you believe it?
Here's another reason why owning a solar system from Northern Bahamas Utilities is right for you. Stop by today at number 8 Oak Street or call us at 225-0766 extension 106 and ask about our in-house financing or lease-to-own options. See you today.
Hi, I'm Wes. I'd like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
We from the Bahamas, sun, sand, and sea. A lot of activities, but for you and me. If you don't believe me, then come follow me. Come right down to this place, and we call it KFC. KFC the Big Cheese. We got the Big Cheese. KFC the Big Cheese. We got the Big Cheese. No one can beat us at anything we do. Sports, arts, soccer, dynamics, even junk canoe. We got the best beaches, even the best food. I already tell you, that's just how we do. KFC the Big Cheese. We got the Big Cheese. KFC the Big Cheese. We got the Big Cheese.
Purchase a Big Chief meal today and receive 2 Big Chief collectible cups at all KFC restaurants in Freeport.
Good evening, all. Welcome to sports. I'm Rumiko Knowles. Topping sports this evening. After a 2-month absence, Stephen Gardner made his return to the track, competing in the men's 400 meters at the 9th Skolimorska Games in Poland. Let's head down to the track. And they're off. Stephen Gardner running out of lane 5 with long strides, taking his time on the backstretch with no pressure at all. Stephen now in 4th place, trailing behind 25-year-old Poland athlete Karol Zalewski. As they come around the 200-meter mark, now approaching the 100, Gardner still running strong. Watch now as he begins to pull away from the pack to take the lead, finishing with a time of 44.43 seconds. Excellent run by the Bahamian athlete. Kiara Zalewski finishing second with a time of 45.32 seconds, finishing third Christian Taylor of the United States with a time of 45.34. A college baseball player visiting his old stomping grounds to impart his knowledge to the next generation. He says if you work hard, you can accomplish all of your goals. Euro Forbes Jr. is a Bahamian baseball player attending Franklin Pierce University in the United States. Forbes Jr. taking time out before he leaves for school in the fall semester to hold a one-day clinic at the YMCA teaching aspiring baseball players what he's learned in college.
It was important for me to come back and give back to the kids because as a young kid, people always came back and give back to me as well, and I just feel like it's the right thing to do to make baseball in the Bahamas good again the way it was, because it's getting bigger now and we need to give the kids more opportunity than we had. Even though we had sufficient, they have more now. So I feel as if with all the talent we have in the Bahamas, that getting the kids better, our future better, that it'll be great for us.
Euro Forbes Sr., coach of 7-8 Legacy team and father of Euro Forbes Jr., says he's extremely proud to know that his son is using what he's learned and giving back to the younger generation.
I was pretty much impressed because he had asked me, Daddy, I want to come to Legacy to do something. And last week we had a tournament at Amera, and he said, Daddy, I'm leaving in another week. So before I leave, I want to come to Legacy to have a little clinic with the kids.
10-year-old Denaj Williams started playing baseball at the age of 3. He says his favorite position is shortstop.
I really love the game. It's a very satisfying game. It actually calms you down. Sometimes there's bad players that may frustrate you, but you got to get over it and go to the next play.
Reese Brown says his favorite part of the sport is hitting home runs.
Just when it leaves your bat, it just, like if you hit it properly, you know that it's going to be gone off the bat. So it just is a great feeling.
Now Forbes Jr. did not come alone. He also brought a college friend to assist him in the clinic. The players worked on fielding, hitting, pitching, and catching.
Set.
And that's your check on sports. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Until next time, make it a great one.
More Makeup by Megan Coakley. When you want to look like a star. Phone 443-7979.
I'm Hugh Ferguson from Budget Pest Control. After 30 years in this industry, testing hundreds of pest control products, none has impressed me more than Vape. Vape 90-Day Mosquito Destroyer, Vape Aerosol, and Vape Mosquito Coil. Vape is the only spray that you will find in my house and my mother's house, and it should be the only one in yours. In pest control, there are only two names to remember: Vape and Budget Pest Control.
Okay. It's back to school and back to school savings at Bellevue Business Depot. For all of your back to school and teacher supplies, they have it all at an extra 20% off retail price. Crayons, glue, markers, crayon pencils, backpack, character bags, meat notebooks, and teacher supplies for the classroom, and much, much more. Don't forget to take advantage of the backpack bundles for preschool, primary school, and high school, loaded with all the supplies you need for back to school. Teachers get your first 8-foot butcher fadeless paper free when you purchase a minimum of 10 feet, as well as additional discounts at the Coffee Center. All at Bellevue Business Depot, located on Queens Highway.
And a very special happy 6th birthday to Valorie Clark, daughter of our very own Vanessa Clark. That's going to do it for us here in the North, but be sure to stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you for tuning in.
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
My name is Kai. And my name is Caitlin. And we attend St. Anne's School. And we love watching the ZNS Kids Club. My name is Kyle Jones. I go to one-on-one preschool and I love watching the ZNS Kids Club.
Hi, I'm Toronto Fairview Academy and I love watching the ZNS Kids Club.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the National Report, Grand Bahama Boost. Hear what the Prime Minister accomplished on a one-day visit to Grand Bahama today. Transportation protest. Bus drivers in New Providence voicing concerns on issues affecting their business. And back to normal. Bahamasair's operations resuming after significant challenges on the weekend. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts right now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
A big announcement for the nation's second city today. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for joining us this evening. We begin tonight with news from the Northern Bahamas as Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis led a delegation of cabinet ministers on a tour of Freeport and the Lucayan area today. More specifically, the Grand Lucayan Resort in Lucayan. The Prime Minister has made it clear that it's his administration's goal to revitalize the Grand Bahama economy. Sabrina Brown of our Northern Service has tonight's top story.
Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis and his cabinet ministers arriving on Grand Bahama Wednesday morning, bringing good news for the island. It is now official. The government is in the process of acquiring the Grand Lucayan Hotel for $65 million. The government recently made a deposit of $10 million for the purchase of the beachfront property.
We've signed the sales of agreement and we hope to complete the purchase of this hotel within the next 30 days, hopefully sooner. We return to Parliament about the 15th, 16th of September, at which time I would give to the nation an exact report as to how we arrived at this conclusion, what exactly we're purchasing, and how we intend to move forward.
The Prime Minister says it was not the government's intention to take over the hotel. However, he says the government wants to protect jobs and preserve Grand Bahama's economy, and the closure of the Grand Lucayan could have a devastating impact on the island. Now the government will take over the Lighthouse Point that is currently in operation with 196 rooms and the Memories Resort, which has more than 500 rooms. The Prime Minister says the government does not plan to renovate Breakers Key that also has over 500 rooms. He believes the future is bright for the Grand Lucayan as there is great interest in the resort.
I've been informed that there are a lot of group bookings that individuals are trying to bring forth. However, because of the large size of the grouping and the number of rooms, I think only 196 presently available, those groupings are denied. But there are group bookings as high as 200-300 visitors that want to utilize the hotel services, but we don't have the capacity. But soon we'll have the capacity, and that would have an even greater impact on the Lucayan Strip.
The nation's leader says the government will only operate the hotel until a suitable buyer can be found, and he had some strong words for his parliamentary colleagues in Grand Bahama.
I do not want my cabinet colleagues come forth with their list saying, these are my 10 constituents I need hired. These are my 20. It won't happen. So you've heard it from the horse's mouth. It won't happen. Don't bring the list. If the management accept the list, that manager will be fired. So no list Crazy, no list Michael. All right? Don't bring it. We are not in that business. But as the memory is open, you can bring your list. Because then you would need more staff. But your list should be fair. Your list should consist of Bahamians. That's all.
Prime Minister Minnis says he would like to see Bahamians purchase and take over the Grand Lucayan Resort.
And I think the opportunity and the time has come for Bahamians not only to be given the concessions that are laid out in heads of agreement that are given to foreign investors, but the time has come when government take this bold step to give Bahamians even more incentive to get them in the hotel business. Examples are throughout the Caribbean. When you look at Bush Stewart and Sandals and what he had done with Air Jamaica, examples are there. And we would like to create our own Bush Stewart within the Bahamas.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Sabrina. President of the Bahamian Contractors Association weighing in on the purchase of the Grand Lucayan property by the government, citing it as a win for contractors in the second city. Jimanita Swain tells us more.
The decision to purchase the Grand Lucayan Resort in Grand Bahama received mixed reaction in the court of public opinion, and while government is closer to finalizing its plans, the president of the Bahamian Contractors Association, Leonard Sands, is optimistic about the deal and the benefits it offers residents, especially contractors.
I just see the project as an opportunity to jumpstart, as it were, the island's economy through construction. And I'm saying, as the president of the Contractors Association, the members have already reached out to me and let our association know they are ready for the call right now. If the government says, I need 200 you guys on the property tomorrow, let's get this thing rebuilt. If the government were to take that on as a project, use all the available resources of manpower, great contractors, and people who are standing ready to do the work, the whole island's economy is going to be bouncing and bustling, trying to prepare that project.
While the property needs renovation from the damage sustained from past hurricanes, Sands considers that the project will have to be under careful consideration when it comes to the look government is going for.
Let's play the safe bet. I think it's a beautiful property as it is. Let's simply renovate it to its existing building look. So that cost is very, very small. You already have the rooms, the glazing, everything is there. Maintain that look and repair with the hurricane damage. Secondly, I believe then that the construction spin-off from persons engaging in that project means that there's available capital. When they make this money, they could spend money now on their own home repairs or fixing up their business.
As to the cost of renovating the property, Sands had this estimate.
The entire property was in damage. So if the property cost $65 million is valued now, let's take about 20% of that cost and peg it at the renovation cost value. So maybe we're spending $15 million to $20 million on renovating the property. That's just where my thinking is with that. But if you want to transform it into a different look, a different design, then the cost could probably balloon to $50 or $100 million.
It's hoped that after the Prime Minister and his cabinet's assessment of the property are complete, a clearer picture regarding renovation cost would emerge. The government's long-term plan is to still find a buyer for the resort. Jimanita Swain, ZNS Network News.
Operations at the national flag carrier Bahamasair back to normal today following the electrical malfunction of one of its airplanes that left nearly 300 passengers stranded between the Bahamas, Miami, and Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Some passengers were concerned that Bahamasair officials didn't provide efficient updates on the status of their flights on the weekend. We got this response from Bahamasair's managing director, Tracy Cooper.
In the event of such great disruption to the operation, it becomes a bit difficult to predict just how the flights would operate. And therefore, it may have seemed as we were not providing information, but in some instances, this is just how much we were adjusting the schedule so that we could try to bring our passengers home. We do provide an apology to the traveling public because what was happening was that there was such a large amount of persons that we were dealing with at one time that it seemed as if these things were kind of misjudged, but really it was just because of the great amount of people that we were dealing with.
Cooper says although the peak traveling season is winding down, the airline is hoping to spread its wings in a few months.
Bahamasair continues to grow. As seen by the summer, we had a very robust amount of passengers, particularly going to our Florida destinations. And overall, we had easily over 85-90% load factor on the aircraft, which meant that we were not able to service all of the passengers who wanted to go on Bahamasair. As such, Bahamasair is looking to expand. We will have an additional jet that will come in December of this year. And that jet is slightly larger than the others that we have. We have 120 seats. This one is coming in with 144 seats. And we know that this will provide a tremendous relief to the system.
Also making national news tonight, a unified bus system is what members of the new bus drivers union are pushing for. They're also hoping to introduce modern technology into the daily commute for their passengers. Amajal Knowles has their story.
Bus drivers in the capital are making their voices heard, airing out some concerns, which they say they have made to both the minister responsible for transport as well as the controller for road traffic. President of the Bahamas Unified Bus Drivers Union, Frederick Farrington, explains.
The time is now for a change in the system. We have, besides males driving these buses, we have females drivers also. And they're in desperate need of restroom facilities because you have persons like a lady, where can she go to use a restroom? You have guys have ailment like sugar or diabetes. Every 15 to 20 minutes they might need to take a rest stop. These things aren't available. Adequate bus stops. If you drive the entire East Street, there's one bus stop in existence. That's on Strong's Corner and East Street. The drivers need the tools. Give them the tools to work with just to better off the system.
Farrington adding that along with these lingering issues, they intend to transform the current busing system, making it more modern.
Union, we want to revamp the system, and we're taking the necessary steps in terms of now implementing Wi-Fi so that all of the passengers can now sit down in the bus as comfortable as they would like to enjoy that Wi-Fi experience. And it also, we want to insert some of our ideas to the pre-existing pilot project that were dated back all the way from 2005, because I think now is the time for the system to really be unified.
One of these new innovations is the implementation of a cashless system. Helping the drivers with this is AdTech Global Technologies lead consultant Keith Russell.
We're excited to be able to work along with the union to advance the bus transportation system. We know that it's far outdated, so it's a good move now for us to come in and provide the Wi-Fi systems. Like he said, it's the gateway to implementing anything with the public bus system, right? So this is the first step into moving forward with technology, with, like he said, with the cashless payments and every other aspect, scheduling routes and pickups and all these different things. So this technology gives us that capability in the long run.
Farrington adding that drivers believe with a cashless system in place, officials may see a reduction in bus-related armed robberies. For ZNS News, I'm Amajal Knowles.
Well, we reached out to Road Traffic Controller Ross Smith to get a response to the bus drivers' concerns. He says he's had meetings with the group already and looks forward to working with them.
Basically, we spoke about the union itself, their goals, their objectives for the year, and actually who are involved in the bus union and their response to how they can assist us in improving the industry itself. I think it's a really excellent example of individuals who are also committed to ensure that we have an orderly bus system in the nation's capital. and I look forward to working with them to ensure that we attain that objective.
We also want to tell you tonight that Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute students who apply for the Bahamas Be Your Own Boss Scholarship will soon know whether they will benefit from the millions of dollars granted by the government to assist with their education. DeAndre Williamson spoke with BTVI's president, who provided the details on this initiative that will enhance the vocational skills of many Bahamians.
1,000 students are expected to benefit from the $2 million in scholarships offered at the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute.
So the government announced, I think in May, that they were going to have a free tuition program at BTVI. Essentially, they're offering scholarships to students. The value available to us is $1.3 million per term, a total of $2.6 million for the academic year.
The Bahamas Be Your Own Boss Scholarship provides students between the ages of 18 to 25 the requisite technical and vocational skills to start businesses or secure employment. Full-time students with a GPA of 2.5 or above are eligible.
So it's important they come in and register first. That gives us a sense of how many people we have in the pool and how many then can move on to the scholarships. So in the last few days, we've been going through the first step, registering students. Later today, or more likely tomorrow morning, we'll start issuing the scholarship notices to those successful candidates. Probably 300 or 400 by tomorrow, 300 or 400 by Friday.
BTVI has approximately 2,800 students and expects a 25% increase in registration this term. However, the Institute seeks to target students who are interested in vocations to fill the skills gap in the Bahamas.
The government in particular has identified some key skills areas, automotive trade services, for example, the carpentry, plumbing, electrical, areas like that, but we're not trying to discriminate to anyone. One of the other reasons why we would have to, though, allocate based on the trades is simply logistics. We don't have a lot of room for certain things, and so we'll fill those classes in plumbing, for example, and once that class is filled, we have no more capacity. And so I think as of this afternoon, we're filling up pretty much in many of those areas.
Classes begin at BTVI next week, and if you applied for a scholarship and was not selected, you can always try again next year. For ZNS Network News, I'm DeAndre Williamson.
The National Insurance Board has a new chairman. Insurance Executive Troy Smith has 29 years experience in the life, health, disability and annuity insurance industry, having served in many management and executive positions. In recent years, his private pursuits include consulting, retail business ownership, and property management. Smith has served on boards in the public and private sectors, and most recently served on the board of directors of the Education Loan Authority. His appointment became effective July 1st. Free National Movement National Chairman Carl Culmer expressing confidence that the country's #1 industry continues to skyrocket under the Free National Movement government. He cited the latest international arrival numbers, indicating that this means a lifted economy, which helps each and every Bahamian. The F&M chairman said what is even more encouraging is that there are now seeing diversified groups of tourists coming to the Bahamas. Culmer pointed out that traditionally the country's tourism numbers have come mostly from the United States. But last month alone, the country saw a 30% increase in arrivals from Canada. Culmer also noted that historically, the country is on track to have the best tourism year ever in the Bahamas, as a steady increase in tourism leads to more jobs for our people. Still to come tonight, the body of a woman found in an abandoned structure today. And coming up in sports, we've got the latest in softball action. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. We've got more news for you on the next side of the break.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Shell, fueling journeys that matter. Summer promotion.
Get ready. Commonwealth Bank wants to make this your best school year ever. Get the loan you need at a special discount. Cash for tuition and supplies, the best education, the best memories, and you want to know the best part? You could win a trip for 4. So don't wait. The discount ends soon. Talk to us today about your best school year ever loan. Approval is fast and easy. Conditions apply.
You can count on me. Just call me and I'll come.
My first memory of music would have been a performance when everyone was singing the song. The song was drop down and come up slow, and everyone in the crowd was singing. I was amazed. I was in shock.
I did not always want to be a performer, I actually wanted to be a doctor. And when I was on my way to med school, I had this whole epiphany, and I went to Berklee College of Music, and that's when I made the switch.
If I weren't singing, I'd be singing. I love track and field.
Many different things inspire me. It isn't anything specific. It's just, just enjoying the environment. And that's what I think music should be about, being free.
Tap of a button, I'm able to get in contact with persons all the way across the world. Technology acts as that bridge that keeps me connected.
BTC in one word, I would have to say clutch.
Connected. Family.
Family.
Every day, every day.
What would you do with your part of $50,000 in cash and prizes? Show your KFC bucket love and get a chance to win your part of $50,000 in cash and prizes. Display your bucket love sticker for a chance to win. You could be one of 10 gold ticket winners with a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize and get started on your bucket list. Stick it to win today. Bucket love. KFC Nassau. It's finger licking good.
Now, Vanessa, you look stressed though.
Girl, listen, I here on my little piece of lunch break trying to pay these bills. I gotta go head to BTC, then I gotta go fly to BEC, and then I gotta go swim to water and switch.
Girl, look, save your time and your gas, all right? Make one stop. How? Take your backside to Cash and Go. You pay all 3 of them bills one time. It's one line, one place, with a bunch of locations.
You think I should go now?
Vanessa, you ain't reached yet? Cash and Go. Fast, free, convenient. Call 322-CASH for more information.
We are 700 Wines and Spirits from Grand Bahama to San Salvador.
Just around the corner when you need us.
For every celebration and relaxation.
Committed to quality and service since 1953.
With renowned wine,
rums and spirits.
We are 700 Wines and Spirits, always with ice cold beer.
And attractive promotions.
Here for you as we've always been. One name, one people, united in wines and spirits.
We are 700 Wines and Spirits.
This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
We begin this segment with news from the crime beat. Police called to the Bain and Grantstown constituency earlier this evening. Only our news team was on the scene when authorities discovered a partially decomposed body in an abandoned home. Police press liaison officer Superintendent Shanta Knowles provided us with the initial details.
Shortly after 4 p.m., we received reports of a foul odor in this area. Officers responded to the area and discovered the body of a female, partially decomposed. Investigators have been to this scene, and at this time, we do not suspect foul play. However, we will await the reports from an autopsy to determine the exact cause of death.
Any missing reports were handed in to you, or you know anything about a missing person report?
Not in this particular area, but that does not mean that it could not have been someone reported missing some time ago.
The body of an elderly woman was found today in a field at Rose Close, that's off Hannah Road. A resident in the area made the discovery around noon today. Now, police believe that the body may be that of a woman reported missing earlier this week. An autopsy will be conducted to determine the exact cause of death. Investigations into that matter continue. Police here in the capital also confirming that shortly after 9 o'clock this morning, the body of a male was pulled from waters at Potters Key Dock. Authorities say foul play is not suspected at this time, and they're awaiting an autopsy report to determine the exact cause of death. Now to news from the courts. A man was charged in the magistrate's court with the murder of a taxi driver 2 months ago at the Hollywood subdivision off Cowpen Road. He was also charged with armed robbery. DeAndre Williamson was at the Nassau Street Magistrates Court complex.
20-year-old Dante Riley of Millers Heights was charged with a June 9th death and attempted armed robbery of Wilton Brown. Police say shortly before 10 p.m. they went to an area off Cowpen Road after receiving information that Brown was shot. The taxi driver had just arrived home with his children when the driver of a Japanese vehicle pulled up behind him. Police say the culprit, armed with a handgun, approached Brown and demanded cash. The victim was then shot. Paramedics were called and pronounced him dead. Riley, who was charged before Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt, was also charged along with 31-year-old Anita McDonald, also known as Kaylana McDonald, of Royalty Estates in a separate armed robbery matter. Police say on July 17th, the two robbed Wesley Smith of $50.
Anita McDonald and Dante Raleigh were not required to enter a plea. They were remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections and will return to court on October 2nd for a voluntary bill of indictment. For ZNS Network News, I'm DeAndre Williamson. Also from the courts today, 33-year-old Tommy Lee Williams of Miami Gardens, Florida, faced several drug charges in the magistrate's court. He was charged before Assistant Chief Magistrate Shabusala Swain with possession of dangerous drugs with the intent to supply, conspiracy to possess dangerous drugs with the intent to supply, conspiracy to export dangerous drugs, and taking steps preparatory to export dangerous drugs. Police say shortly before 6 p.m. on August 18th, Williams presented himself to a U.S. Customs and Border Patrol officer at the Lyndon Pinley International Airport for pre-clearance with a gray carry-on bag. Williams was screened and cleared to go upstairs. Officers, though, being suspicious, took him back to the screening area where his bag was searched again. Police discovered 3 brown taped packages of cocaine. The drugs weighed 6.4 pounds with a value of $43,000. Williams, a father of 5, pleaded guilty to all charges and was sentenced to 3 years for each count, which will run concurrently.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Crystal Darling. Credit rating agency Moody's says its faith in the country's fiscal policy credibility was shaken by the government's revelation of $760 million in unfunded arrears over the last 2 years. In its annual full country analysis, Moody's noted that frequent deviations from deficit targets and differences between the figures presented in mid-year and full-year budgets had exposed problems with the Bahamas' fiscal transparency and data quality. It says the issues are being addressed through the move to accrual accounting in the public sector. In other business news, BAIC held a 2-day workshop for entrepreneurs, managers, and small business owners. The goal is to build the capacity of small and medium enterprises. The workshop that teaches concepts such as profitability and competitive advantage ended today. And in international business news, Russia has been selling U.S. government debt and buying gold in a move to protect itself from sanctions. Data shows the Russian central bank increased its gold holdings by almost 29 tons in July, which is the largest monthly increase since November 2017. This has been your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Crystal Darling.
We start with a yes, but when life takes unexpected turns, you can still say yes to more. The Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard credit card gives you points with every purchase that you can use to travel anywhere. Plus, with 20,000 Scotia points, you can say yes to destinations. With Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard credit card, it's easier to say yes to everything. Apply today.
Ever wondered what smart health insurance feels like?
Atlantic Medical's 24/7 worldwide health insurance does most of the thinking for you.
1,500 CGI health claims are settled daily.
56% of claims settled automatically.
You can access your health plan almost anywhere, anytime.
And have smart wellness with online data tracking.
And more provider choices for you and the people who matter most.
Premier Health is smart health insurance, and it feels good.
Atlantic Medical, where people come first.
Know how you can save more money, save more time, earn more interest, and have more for the future? The solution is an account from Fidelity Bank. With our ASU Savings, fixed deposits, and preferred client program, you can get free financial advice from our team of experts, competitive interest rates, and free online banking for simple and safe banking anytime, anywhere. Open a fixed deposit or savings account with Fidelity by visiting a branch today. Get into the rhythm of saving with Fidelity. Fidelity, we're good for you.
I tell you, this heat ain't playing. Every day hotter than the last. Even the weekly specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets continue to heat up with great prices like Hill's Biscuits, 150-gram pack, 99 cents. Fresh pork shoulders, $1.39 per pound. Lay's chips, 1-ounce bag, 2 for 99 cents. Gatorade drinks, 64-ounce bottle, $2.99. Sweet watermelons, $4.99 each. Watley Bologna, 12-ounce size, 2 for $3. Hot savings only at Super Value and quality supermarkets.
We've all got plans for our golden years. Unfortunately for many, this may just be wishful thinking. To generate an annual income in retirement of $70,000 for 20 years at a rate of return of 5%, with inflation running at 3%, requires more than $1.1 million. So how do you save that much money? Many companies provide a group pension plan to help their employees by deducting an amount each month from their pay to contribute to the plan. Personal Pension Plan, or PPP, is similar to a group plan, but offered only to individuals. These plans offer many of the same benefits and features. Contact us for more information on pensions.
Restructure of the eye. We go from the lids.
Where can you find amazing selections of tiles from around the world? Exquisite medallions, pool mosaics, all colorful, bright and bold. They got granite countertop for the kitchen, elegant vanity zincs for the bathroom, tile care and ruby too. Everything you need and more at the Tile King.
The Tile King, located 69 Wolf Road. For more information, call 326-TILE or 326-5464.
Well, there's only about 2 weeks left before students head back to the classrooms and start a new academic year. But one local eye doctor is advising parents that if they want to see better academic results, they must ensure that their child or children experiencing eye problems get it checked out. Here's LaDon Davis.
A good eye examination will also detect learning disabilities in children, things like dyslexia, and we want our children to do well in schools.
Requests for eye examinations for students heading back to the classroom may be a bit slow, but Doctor of Optometrist at Lenses, Dr. Fen Shera, says he is pleased to see that the Catholic school system has been consistent in ensuring that all of its students have 20/20 vision to perform at an exceptional academic standard. During our visit to his office on Tuesday, Dr. Shera shared with us why it's so important for students to get their eyes tested.
To be able to see singularly or one image, because the brain takes an image from both eyes and fuse them, and that's how you get 3D vision or good vision in order to see depth properly. Also, kids need to be able to converge their eyes when they're reading and hold that. They also need to diverge their eyes and look at the chalkboard, and going from the chalkboard to their books or whatever they're writing, they have to be able to do that comfortably. So that's important as well.
Dr. Shera says in order for clearer vision, parents must purchase the perfect type of glasses for the children to wear at school. He gave us some choices to consider that may cost up to $300.
And the glasses profile must be nice looking, or it must be, look well enough, and it must be, how should I put it? The child must love the way they look in order for them to wear their glasses. Otherwise, they're not going to wear them. Let's face it. Most of the times I have kids come in for examinations, and you ask them, are you wearing your glasses for follow-up examinations? And if they don't like them, they're not going to wear them.
While getting my eyes tested at a cost of $125, Dr. Shera says they offer a comprehensive eye exam that most practitioners don't use. He later gave us a play-by-play on the examination process.
Eye examination on a child, we check every structure of the eye. We go from the lids and the lashes straight back to the optic nerve and the retina to make sure, number one, they're fine and healthy and they're working properly, because a lot of children are born with congenital eye diseases that can affect their vision throughout their life, right? Then the second thing we do is we check to make sure they can see color clearly, right? Color vision deficiency in men or in young boys is very prevalent.
Meanwhile, Dr. Shera says he has seen several rare cases of glaucoma in children as early as 7 years old and congenital disease, but he is hoping that stem cell research in the future can help most of these children see better.
Well, thanks so much, LaDon. That was some great advice there. We want to take this opportunity right now to say thank you to our social media viewers. We thank you so much for watching us. Well, there's more to come. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, your news leader.
We are Machinery and Energy Limited, your cat dealer for the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, and the Cayman Islands. We also carry a selection of allied brands like JLG, Wacker Neuson, and Solaire. Our extensive product line includes tractors, excavators, backhoe loaders, telehandlers, forklifts, light towers, aerial equipment, marine engines, and of course, our specialty cat generator sets. Need parts or equipment maintenance? We offer that too. Everything you need all in one place. Visit one of our branches in Nassau, Freeport, or Abaco for your construction and power generation needs.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more.
What things do you value? Even if we value something, we can still lose or misplace it, like a credit card. You can freeze your Visa credit or debit card from CIBC First Caribbean in a flash to stop unauthorized use. CIBC First Caribbean, banking that fits your life.
It's time now for a check on the weather in your part of the Bahamas, and Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean is in the Weather Center with the latest temperatures. And Basil, those of us who live here in New Providence experienced a mix of sun and rain here today.
Absolutely. Not too bad a day. We had some early morning showers. Things dried out in the afternoon, and the temperature wasn't too bad. We had a heat index of 98 degrees. And right now, we're going to take a look at temperatures around the Family Violence. And they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 86 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Grand Toll Key in Abaco, also Marsh Harbor in Abaco at 86 degrees. The Berry Islands 84, 84 in Alistown, Bimini as well, 83 in Harbor Island, Rock Sandy Luther 84, 83 in Otterstown, Cat Island, Staniel Key in the Exuma Chain at 84, 84 also in Kemp, Space Out Andros and Fresh Creek in Central Andros. San Salvador, Rum Key in Georgetown, Exuma 83 degrees, 83s again in Betsy Bay, Maguana. Crooked Island, 84, Clarence Town, Long Island, 84, Ragged Island, another 84, Ackland's 83 degrees. The warm spot tonight is Matthew Town, Inagua at 85 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 83 degrees. Your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Towel King, and the Paint Setter. In the Northwest and Central Islands tonight through Friday, a southeast flow can be expected. Speeds around 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. The low tide will take place at 11:41 tonight, and your high tide at 11:35 in the morning. And for the southeast Bahamas, southeast winds as well, the speeds up a little bit, 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet with a moderate chop in place. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your travel forecast, and your travel forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Shores.
Take that mess from off the wall. Give that baby back its ball. Leave other people things alone. There's other ways to get involved. Get involved, don't be no fool. Stay in school. Let your mind become a tool. Jails were made for fools to be. Not to wait for society.
And that's going to do it for your travel forecast, brought to you by Royal Star Shores. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is coming up in about 20 minutes.
Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. When you're living with HIV or human immunodeficiency virus, it's more important than ever to protect your immune system to maintain overall health. By keeping your body as healthy and better equipped to fight off viruses and other types of infections. People living with HIV, the virus that can cause AIDS, should adopt the following healthy habits in their daily lives. Practice safe sex. This is most important. Understand how the virus is transmitted to reduce the risk of infecting others. Use condoms not only to avoid the spread of HIV, but also to protect both you and your partner against other sexually transmitted diseases or STDs and other types of infections. Get tested for other STDs. STDs can worsen HIV and make the disease progress more rapidly. And HIV can make STDs more difficult to treat, so you'll want to address an STD as soon as possible. Prevent infections and illnesses. Since HIV makes your immune system less effective, you become more susceptible to every virus, bacteria, and germ you're exposed to. Wash your hands frequently and stay away from sick people to stay as healthy as possible. Also, stay up to date on all of your vaccinations to reduce your risk of preventable illnesses. Follow your doctor's orders about your prescriptions. It's crucial to take your HIV medication exactly as prescribed by your doctor. Skipping even one day of medication can give the virus an opportunity to become resistant to the drugs, making them ineffective against the virus. Don't abuse drugs or alcohol. Quit smoking. Exercise mind and body. Physical and mental exercise can keep your mind and body strong. This has been Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Live your best life by living well.
Life happens, and when it does, FG Insurance Agents and Brokers is here. We help you protect the assets you've worked hard to attain. We offer home, auto, marine, commercial, and liability insurance. Don't hesitate to protect what matters with FG Insurance Agents and Brokers. Visit us and speak to your agent today, or call us at 396-1490 in Nassau or 688-1500 in Freeport.
Robin Hood flour is bigger and better. When you bake with Robin Hood, you're baking with the best. And you get more for your money. Next time you shop at the food store, stop and compare. Robin Hood flour gives you more for your money. Go with the flour that's bigger and better. Robin Hood flour. Find it at your favorite food store.
Introducing the Subway Simple 6 menu. 6 of our best 6-inch subs, now and made just for you meals for just $7.50 every day. Take your pick from our best subs, like the Italian BMT, tender turkey breast, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, and more. Pile them high with all of your favorite veggies, made just the way you say, with a 21-ounce drink and a bag of chips. The new Simple 6 menu is value made simple every day. Yeah, you so got it made. Subway, eat fresh.
By Chef Boyardee and Libby's Vienna sausages, and you could win $2,000 for a family vacation or other great prizes for back to school. Enter at Pritchard's on Robinson Road today. Promotion ends August 31st.
Whether you want to get going in a new car, to relax at home while you pay bills on your mobile banking app, to get the best rewards with your credit card, or to get a sure start on your little one's future. Whether you want a quick response on your loan or just a range of services that keep your business running smoothly, you want banking that fits your life. CIBC First Caribbean. Banking that fits your life.
We'll be with you through new beginnings and sunset endings, through toil and many tears, through the joys and many fears. For all of life's ever-changing moments, trust J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers for all of your insurance needs. J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
And now for our feature presentation.
Bahamas, get ready as Stephen C. Monroe International and Partners presents Back to School Extravaganza. It's going down August 25th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium parking lot across from Government High School. Everything is free. School supplies, free shoes, free tennis, free haircuts, free food, free health screening, bouncing castles, and rides. It's going down Saturday, August 25th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's the SEMI's Back to School Extravaganza at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium across from Government High School. Music by DJ Godson from Joy 101.9 FM. It's the Back to School Extravaganza going down August 25th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. See you there. For more information, contact 361-5060.
Sit up now.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Some track and field news starting us off. Bahamian Stephen Gardner and Trevor Barry, the only Caribbean winners today in Poland. Gardner, who had an injury scare while competing over 200 meters in Stockholm, Sweden in June. He was an easy winner in the 400. He crossed the line in 44.43, almost a second clear of second place. In the high jump, Trevor Barry, he cleared 7.5 1/4 to claim the win there. Trios on the lanes today at the Pan American Bowling Confederation's Senior and Super Senior Championships in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. In the senior man, the Bahamian team of Lee Davis, Sonath Lockhart, and national champ David Slater, they placed fourth in the 9-team field, 3,684 pins and a 205 average. As for the senior ladies, the 242 represented by Joy Lockhart, Janice Hoyt, and Marina McLean, they finished fifth in a 16 field, 3,058 pins and a 170 average. Dante and Brister and Sidney Clark playing in the International Tennis Federation's Tobago Junior Open this week. A scary scene yesterday with an earthquake hitting the Twin Island Republic, but both players are okay. Dante was able to get in some action in singles and doubles.
My first round match, I won 2-6, 6-4, 6-3. In the beginning, in the first set, it was kind of difficult playing the guy, my opponent Jacob, for the first time. So the first set, I had to get used to this game. Then the second set, I started to adjust during the second set. And the third set, I was able to pull it off. That doubles match got interrupted from yesterday from the earthquake during the second set, when we was up 3-love. We won the first set 6-1.
Our men's senior national volleyball team back home after winning a silver medal at the Kosovo Championships in Suriname. Head coach Lloyd Davis spoke about the loss in the final to the hosts.
The last match was fatigue and it was all mental. Trinidad took a lot out of us that morning. We went to 5 sets with them. And coming back to play Suriname but was well rested. That took a lot out of us. And they had home court advantage. They had all the fans, like 2,500 people pulling for them and only 13 Bahamians. So you know that one.
The Bahamas Basketball Federation's Summer of Thunder Series closing out tonight at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. The final game, Grand Canyon, of course, you'd remember on Monday, they beat the Providence Storm. Tonight, taking on the Bahamas All-Stars, our Amajal Knowles is live at the Kendall Isaacs Gym with the latest. Amo.
Good evening, Johnny, and good evening, Bahamas. We're live here at the Kendall G. Isaacs Gymnasium, where we just wrapped up the 2018 edition of the Summer of Thunder Series put on by the Bahamas Basketball Federation. Here with us, we have coach of the Grand Canyon University Antelopes and former NBA player Don Marley. Don, just tell us a bit about your evaluation of the game and the local talent.
Well, this has been a great trip for us. Not only in this beautiful place, our guys really enjoyed it, but we had 2 really competitive games. First game was good, and tonight's game I thought it was even better. Those kids played really hard and played well and pushed our guys. I was very impressed with what they did. So not only was it a beautiful trip for our guys, but we got us some good basketball. So it's been a very successful trip for our guys.
All right, just tell me a bit about the expectations you have for your team this season.
Yeah, we want to play and play well. Last year we got to the finals of our conference, and we were one game away from making the NCAA tournament. So this year we want to take one more step and hopefully win our conference and our tournament and play in the NCAA. So our guys are out here working hard, and this has been a great step to do that. As I said, to be in this beautiful place and a chance for our guys to bond, but also to play some good basketball.
All right, just tell us a bit about your overall evaluation of the Bahamas so far, and how you've been soaking in the experience.
It's been awesome. A lot of our guys are real tan or sunburnt, spending some time at the pool at the Atlantis has been great. We're going on a little catamaran tomorrow and see some things. We're doing community service, a little basketball clinic for an hour. But our guys have really enjoyed it. I tell you, this place has been beautiful, and the people here are so nice and made us feel so welcome.
All right, finally, as a former player, just tell us a bit about making that transition into coaching and what was like. Was it difficult? Was it easy?
It's never easy, but it's something I wanted to do because basketball's in my blood. So it's hard to find something as competitive as a player. So to be able to get out here and coach and kind of give back to the kids, and there's a lot of the kids that come to my university, other universities want to make the pros and be NBA players. So I try to pass on the knowledge that I had as a player and as a coach. So it keeps me in the game, and it gets my competitive side going a little bit.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
All right, Johnny, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Amo. Well, the Province Softball Association, they were looking to close out their regular season schedule last night. The men's opener, pretty meaningless, as the CNS Hitmen and BTC Warriors were already locked into the first and third seeds, respectively. And this one ended early with the Warriors coming out on top, 11-1.
I like how the team looked. We didn't get too many bad swings. We got some good swings at the ball. So it was more BP than anything else.
Every game we take the field, we come to win. Unfortunately, we just ain't had it tonight. Parks was scared. We had one or two key errors in the game that shift the momentum. But, we came up with the loss tonight. But we'll get the momentum back going into the playoff.
And talking about the playoffs, they are scheduled to start on Saturday. The Warriors facing off with the second-place Commander Security Truckers. The Hitmen, they play the fourth-seeded Chances Mighty Mitts.
We beat them, they beat us. Okay, I think we match up well with the Truckers. I do remember, though, the Truckers actually coming back, right, on us, right? But I also remember at that time, my pitcher, in my opinion, was not ready. I think my pitcher right now is ready. And I think that's going to be the difference.
They're a competitive team, but I just feel like our team comes on the top simply, we're just we're a little bit better. As far as our defense, I think our defense is the best defense in the league. We were down in hitting, but we're starting to get a little better now, so I feel like going forward, things are going to be on the up for us.
We expect to be in full playoff mode. We can have a hard practice this coming Thursday, then we can relax Thursday evening, have a nice social with the team, and then when we hit the field for the first game of the playoff, you'll see us playing Hitman softball.
Unlike the men, the ladies' playoff matchups not so clear-cut, and so there was a lot on the line in last night's game between the Sunshine Auto Wildcats and BTC. A win by the Cats would force a three-way tie atop the standings with the Platinum Pool Sharks and Johnson Truckers. The Cats were doing a good job too, but on this night, Mother Nature had other ideas. The heavens opened up, the rain poured down, and the game not yet official.
15-1 on the scoreboard, and they say the rules are you got to play through 5 innings or stop them. We needed 2 outs, and we would have stopped them, but that didn't happen. The rain came down and saved them. We in playoff mode, and we're ready to go. So if we have to play them again, we'll play them again. I don't think the results are going to be different.
We're going to have this game played Thursday at 8 o'clock. We're also having our technical meeting for the playoffs and championships on Thursday as well.
The score was 15-1. I mean, is there any rules to say maybe, something happens here and there? Or?
No. This game has to start over. The game is not official, so yes, we have to go from the beginning again.
From the WNBA, Jonquel Jones and the Connecticut Sun now knowing who they will run with in the second round of the playoffs. Last night, it would be the Phoenix Mercury taking down the Dallas Wings. So Phoenix and Connecticut in the second round, and that starts on Thursday. Well, former Western Kentucky Hilltopper Dwight Colby, he will now be playing in Belgium, signing a contract there with Liege Basket. And we can tell you they compete in the highest tier league in that country. They've won the Belgium Cup once, and they've won the Belgium Super Cup twice. After wrapping up his college career, Colby competed in the NBA Summer League with the New Orleans Pelicans. And as we told you earlier, the Bahamas Basketball Federation Summer Thunder Series, that closed out tonight. Of course, they had a great job there, and we will give you some more highlights coming up from that tomorrow. And now we are going to move on to some other news tonight. On the heels of the Summer of Thunder, the inaugural Caribbean Tip-Off Classic, that is set for November 2nd through the 4th at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. It will feature a unique setup.
In order to accomplish having a Bahamian event more versus an event where U.S. high schools come and compete against each other and the high-profile kids, we wanted to make this a Bahamian event where coaches from the U.S. would attend, and they would hopefully find the next DeAndre Ayton or Buddy Hield, guys who are kind of under the radar right now and young, but will be able to play in the U.S. Or if not that, somebody who's able to, college, D1 college, who's able to give a scholarship to a Bahamian kid. So in order to draw a lot of these coaches in, we had to get some high-profile U.S., Canadian, and European teams. So we've settled on a field that we believe accomplishes that.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Clean clothes for the family, uniforms for the baby, suit for mommy and daddy. We wash the breasts and clean the soup. If you wanna look fly and you wanna look clean, if you wanna look fresh, better than all the rest. Bring on your church clothes and all your work clothes. Bring on your children clothes. Super wash.
Good night, BTC family. It's Julian Believe, and we're back with another BTC Tech Tip.
Yeah, I got a call saying BTC is putting fiber in my neighborhood, but I don't even know what fiber is.
Fiber is the latest data transfer technology, providing high-speed internet connection at up to 1,000 megabits per second. With fiber to the home, customers can experience great bandwidth and reliability with their internet connection. And that bandwidth allows for services like smart home systems, Flow TV, and even home office internet.
How much will it cost to install?
Installing fiber has no cost to you if you're an existing BTC fixed line customer. However, if you are a brand new BTC customer, the installation cost is $150. And get this, having a fiber line connected to your home actually increases the value of your property.
Wow, now that makes it worth it.
And there you have another BTC Tech Tip. See you next time.
ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Watch our live channel to keep up with what's going on in the nation. News updates, we've got you covered. Tune into our radio stations with just a swipe. On the road, on the go, we're here with you. Available for download on the App Store and the Google Play Store.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, there are no activities in the tropics. Still have some very hostile upper-level winds taking place. And on the home front, there are troughs everywhere, those surface troughs at the surface in the upper level, and they continue to support pockets of showers and thunderstorms, particularly over the northwest Bahamas. Most of these showers have been taking place over the open waters, but we have had a few of them drift inland during the course of the day, and that will be the pattern over the next couple of days. Tonight, we're going in for partly cloudy conditions. Seems as though going to be pretty much okay here in the capital, but further up north around Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands and Abaco, they can expect rounds of showers and thunderstorms. Tonight, 77 degrees for your low, and tomorrow, partly sunny with showers developing in the morning and early afternoon as well. 89 degrees for your high temperature. An extended weather forecast, keeping a little bit of the wet stuff in the forecast right into Friday. Things drying out a bit on Saturday, save for one or two of those stray showers due to the heating and the relatively light winds. So in case you are planning your weekend activities, it seems as though it is a go.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Well, that does it for the National Report. Thanks so much for tuning in. We hope to see you right back here tomorrow. Have a great evening, everyone.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.